Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on expanding our agricultural sector. That is nearly done. And after that, it's time for another boost in the construction sector. And after that, maybe we'll chill on our construction situation thing. You know, I keep saying I'm going to let this this huge pile of cash in the investment pool drain, and this time I'm going to do it. Alright, we're 28% for slavery banned with a much larger advance chance than we had before. It's probably because of the consolidation of the parties. The art of doing nothing. Though previously opposing the slavery banned laws, Rafael Gayenga considered the intelligentsia's political position and instead offers support. While speaking with constituents on matters of law, one must first matter the art of appearing to do nothing. While you do everything behind whispers and masked men? Indubitably. Welcome their support. More enactment chance, intelligentsia and Gayenga's interest groups become stronger. In that case, that's the intelligentsia themselves. Or keep a sharp eye there up to something he becomes less popular and we get less enactment chance. I'm going to go with the first one. I think the most enactment chance I can get is what I want to have. This is not a situation where I want to de-advance the law by any stretch of the imagination. Sometimes you'll have that where you're only enacting it because one of your interest groups demanded it and you actually don't really care. You just want to appease them for a few years so that they don't get really mad. Okay, access to Asturias. That's why I'm building this railway. Yes, yes. Am I not subsidizing the railway in Asturias? I hope I am. Yes, I am. And it's costing me, but that's okay. It's not to be the thing it's for is not being profitable. The thing it's for is improving infrastructure in the area. Alright. Continuing to work on these construction sectors. I did mention that I was going to go after Selangor. I've already consolidated Perak. Grab Selangor, and maybe Portugal will stand with them, and if that happens, I might be able to get what I wish to get. Commander commends Civic Coalition. Admiral Ortega has made public statements in support of the Democratic Progressive Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. Gaspar Ortega can say what he wants. Oh, sorry. It is my duty to defend the nation and its interests. Politics is as much a part of war as battles and logistics are. I don't see the problem with doing my duty and doing what I can to make sure those who are best fit to protect the nation end up being the ones in charge. So let me see. He's a protectionist. Ortega can say what he wants. 20% momentum for the Democratic Progressives. Reprimand him. Good soldiers don't give orders, they take them. 5% of officer pops become more radical. Or, if he likes politics so much he ought to get more involved, he becomes the leader of the petite bourgeoisie. I'm just going to say extra momentum. 20% momentum is rock solid. That's going to increase their electoral prospects significantly. They're at 70% momentum now, so that should be rock solid.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
Beautiful. I can do a government reform, but frankly, I don't need to. The Democratic Progressive Party is really, really strong, and everything's looking chill. We'll see. If now that I got 41% success chance and 8% stall chance here on this here slavery banning thing, we'll see if I can get where I want to go. Meanwhile, I'm nearly done with these construction sectors. It might be worth taking some time to bash away at my national debt. Since I'm going to go into a war that I might need to, get a lot of infamy in. Yeah, cash flow's doing rock solid. So that's going to be about 20 weeks to bear down on my national debt and get rid of it. I could... Yeah, I'm at middle government wages. I'm at middle taxation. Ooh, we're in drafting. Wonderful. That is beautiful. Or, of course, I can go to war right away. It might be a mistake, but I think I'm going to do it. Netherlands will not step in. Cambodia will not step in. Well, Portugal's not going to step in either. What happened with that? Well, that's a pain. That's a real shame. Who else does Portugal have a defensive pact with? Hang on. How can I steal what I want to steal? Benin, Isak, Selangor. Benin! You bastards! How dare you? Hold on. I need to declare an interest. I've got a lot of interests to declare, frankly. Alright, that should be enough. That's going to get me a lot of notifications. France is going after IT to steal both states. France, how could you? You see, Benin also has an alliance with Oyo, but that's not actually a problem for me overall. So I'm gonna make them into a protectorate. I'm gonna protectorate zone Benin, but all of it's just a ploy to help me go after Portugal, which is the real target. Because I want to get these states to form Iberia. That's the goal here. There we go. There's our notifications popping off. Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people's attitudes have changed. Philippines. They're now aloof. Well, that's fine. Benin. Conquers a lot of infamy, but make protectorate's not that much. Oyo will step in. Portugal will not. Because they're bankrupt. Wait. Hold on. These numbers line up? Yes, so that's increasing their neutrality number. Because they're in bankruptcy. I see. We can't eat their debt. If we try to eat a state, Great Britain will step in. And I can't have that. So, unfortunately... Fortunately, Portugal is too neutral. But I still want to get Selangor, so I'll get Selangor. If Cambodia steps in, would I be able to steal their, Ooh, excellent. We'll go ahead and increase the size of the health sector by a little bit. We do not have a front. No, we do have a front. Alright, beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and mobilize just the coastal defense force. I think they're more than adequate to this task. And you know, if Portugal steps in, you know, maybe we'll do some work over there. You know, just a little bit of work over there. Maybe if Portugal steps in, we'll do some work over there. You know, that's just reasonable, just sensible. 82 days. That should be plenty of time. I think it's a total of 90 days all the way around, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Selangor probably does not have much of an army. It's got a 6-battalion army, but looks like they're all irregular infantry. Yep. Alright, so I'm what's the opposite of worried? That's what I am right now. I'm zero. I'm not experiencing a single solitary bit of worriment. Netherlands sides with. Alright, beautiful. Mobilize the expeditionary force. We'll mobilize the Guardia Royale. We'll mobilize the interior defense force. I'm going to send the Royal Guard to the front. But actually, I'm going to bring the fleet back here. Because I think an invasion of the Netherlands is viable. They've still got a lot of line infantry and mobile artillery, and I think I can take them. So what Borgals can I throw in here? Huh! That's a little extreme. Tempting, though. Stealing the Dutch East Indies is completely out of line. I could steal a state. Dutch Ghana, perhaps. It's Windward Coast. That's Dutch Ghana. It's not really that useful to me. Because I don't necessarily want to get into the Africa colonization game in this run. Y'all have seen plenty of that. I could go for Guyana. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Or I could collapse the Dutch East Indies. What if I collapse the Dutch East Indies? Do I have any fronts with the Dutch East Indies right now? I would, because I would have one in a sec. Is this the right time to do that? I can't steal any states in the Dutch East Indies. No, I'm going to leave that be. I'm going to grab war reparations. That just seems sensible. No. Well, you know what? We'll grab Guyana. Life among the lowly. Jose Martinez Campos, leader of the rural folk, has written a sensational story about life on a slave plantation. Late in the afternoon of a chilly day in February, two gentlemen with chairs close together seemed to be discussing some subject with great earnestness. For convenience sake, we have said two gentlemen. One of the parties, however, once he began to speak of his plantation, did not appear to truly merit being called a gentleman. Celebrate Jorge Martinez Campos as a worthy author, 10% enactment chance he becomes much more popular, or promote the rural folk as a publisher of anti-slavery works. Same enactment chance, rural folk become happier. I'm going to go with the first one. Rural folk are very pleased. Having him be stronger is better. Overall. Ooh, they're actually sending a significant force. I might raise conscripts. No, you know what? I don't need to raise conscripts. It's fine. It'll be just fine. So I think we'll do a naval invasion of Holland when the war starts. I think I'll be able to steal Guyana without occupying it as long as I've got a hold of the Dutch capital. So I think that's going to be a completely reasonable state of affairs to be going on with. Cash flow is just fine. I've got a tiny amount of gold reserve, but, you know, I don't need all that much gold reserve. I'm only fighting a small country. And I'm going to be able to do a very powerful naval invasion compared to the forces they've got at home, which are pretty meager. So I'm feeling overall pretty confident about my ability to win this war and to get all of the delicious, delicious land that I desire. Dangerous equipment. The furniture manufacturers in Aragon have seen an increase in workplace injuries due to increased mechanization and poor safety regulations. Accidents have always happened, but I felt like I used to have time to react. Not this time. I grabbed his arm to pull him out of the way, but I barely got a hold of his wrist before the arm was all I held on to. Slow down production while the staff adjusts to the new machinery. Reduced manufacturing throughput, industrialists mad. Or, you cannot put the brakes on the engines of progress, trade unions mad, extra mortality. I'm going to do the first one. This is a very rural folk friendly thing to do. We will not sacrifice Spanish citizens on the altar of profit. I think that just makes sense with our campaign concept. 2 arms. Here we go. Intervention in Indochina? Religious and imperial interests have aligned to demand action in Indochina on behalf of the Catholic population in Johore. A higher calling drives our actions. It is with divine purpose that we must go forth and save our fellow man. And if we happen to acquire some territory along the way, who's to say it wasn't part of God's plan? Let us go forth and strike at Johore. Add to the Indochina campaign journal entry, 14 infamy. Or we should make peace, not war, improves relations with Johore. I'm going to say, let us go forth and strike. That adds to the Indochina campaign. I'll read that in a second. A foreign manifesto. The recently translated works of Murad Javed have become popular within the radical movement. The relationship has developed to the point of Murad Javed openly endorsing the movement. And for a whole large class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Spanish. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class. That once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold as small sects of their own. Our struggle is international one, stronger radical movement, or this foreign interference ought to be punished, weaker radical movement, but more active, and industrialists mad. Not sure why that's going to make the industrialists mad, but we'll go with the first one. I don't want to make the industrialists any madder than we've already made them. So, the Indochina Campaign. The persecution of the Catholic minority by local powers in the Indochina region has given us a casus belli to intervene. We must assert our authority in this contentious region, and make a particular effort to make those powers which persecute Catholics submit to our will. We'll complete if Spain is not subject to another country, which is not. Spain is at peace in at least one of these. We've conquered all territories currently belonging to Johore. Johore is a subject of Spain. A state in Malaya is owned by Spain or a Spanish subject. At least 5 states in the Indochina strategic region are owned by us or our subjects. Triggers the event the Indo-Chinese Union. Okay, alright. This spells some opportunity for us. Interesting. I'm going to wait to launch this naval invasion until my army is... until my fleet is closer by. But that time is rapidly approaching, so let's do it. Hiya! Alright, how's the war going here? We've very nearly conquered all of Selangor. Dutch troops are arriving. I don't think they're going to be able to stop me. Whichever way forward, with the attitudes of landowners towards Sweden growing more apathetic, their leadership has begun to discuss reassessing the group's support for the anti-Swedish Union. It was more difficult to get appointments at the foreign ministry these days. The initial interest that they had inspired had long since waned, the lobby's activities falling into Madrid's background noise. The landowners were the first to lose interest, their representatives initially disheartened by an absence of news, then no longer inclined to read the papers when they arrived at all. What reason do we have to care for happenings in Stockholm? The younger members challenged. The elders did not know how to respond. Time for a changing course, they leave the Anti-Swedish Society. Or why change something that works, they stay. It's time for a changing course. I don't need an Anti-Swedish Society. Who's in the Anti-Swedish Society to begin with? It's just the industrialists. Alright, so that should be fine. Alright, let's see how this invasion goes. Got a battle? Oh my goodness, it's going excellently. Beautiful, even though my supply lines are busted. Hello? What's all this then? Excuse me, I thought Dutch East Indies wasn't in this thing. Did I didn't pay attention to the end of the war escalation, didn't I? That was an error. That was an error. I could have gotten a bunch of Dutch East Indian territory. Ugh, I feel like a fool. That's okay, though. I'm going to get a bunch of Dutch territory, and it's not going to matter. Hey, progress to voting. Wonderful. Hopefully next tick we'll progress to you know, having the thing sorted. Very good. I'm protecting Assa right now. Battle of Medan. Oh, this is Medan. That's where the Man of Medan happened, maybe. Or maybe the boat was just named Man of Medan. Hey, repeaters for the arms industry. Wonderful. Upgrading production methods here. Alright, beautiful. We've landed in the Netherlands, so we should be able to enforce all of our tasty demands as soon as things get going. Beautiful. Selangor has been closed off. How heavily occupied is the Netherlands? Enough that they're losing a lot of war support really fast, so this should be very straightforward. We've got a two-front situation over here. I'm going to risk putting a unit on this other front. Alright, no, our main army is on its way over there, so that should be fine. That should be just fine. We'll move the Interior Defense Force back to Spain. Just want to make sure I don't end up in a goofy situation. Alright. Spanish Malaya Selangor has been conquered. We're continuing to bash forward against the Dutch East Indies. Dutch East Indies would refuse the current deal. But once I got the Netherlands proper beaten, I can just kind of capitulate, and Dutch East Indies won't have any war goals against me, so I can just kind of bail. With that having been said, I don't really need to. I am making significant progress over here with this force comparison. Although this very large army is marching to get in my way here. Hey! Beautiful. Excellent. Slavery has finally been banned. Oh, that's wonderful. So the Indochina campaign. So that means I think we're going to be doing more aggression in Indochina. Maybe we'll go after Cambodia. Maybe we'll go after... Beautiful. And the Spanish Guyana ours. We'll build some gold mines. I'm not going to build new rubber plantations. I don't have the tech for that. And I don't need them. Should give me some armies that I don't need to have. Just go ahead and disband them, and that ends the war. So, Johore, we will pass you. Spanish Malaya. That reduces their liberty desire as well, which is nice. So, Siam. You have an alliance with China. An offensive pact with the Netherlands. Is it so the question now which we ask ourselves is it extreme of me to say, I bet I could take both of them? China is very large and has grown quite accustomed to being in charge. They have line infantry and mobile artillery. And how much of it have they got? A great abundance. But if I stole some territory... Well, USA is going to step in. That's not... I don't want that. Now, what about Dynam? Dynam has very few friends. They usually have a real army. Oh, no, not this time. Not so much. So maybe I steal Dynam. It's a lot of infamy to steal the entire country, but I could form them into a protectorate without getting too much. Right? Yes. 21 infamy. Denmark, Cambodia, Bali. Alright. Alright, so that's going to be our target. Obviously, this thing going on in Luxembourg doesn't concern me, and I will happily ignore it. Alright. That is... Okay, we're not done with the episode yet. We're getting on towards done with the episode. So what else do I need to do with my laws? I'm almost at level 2 health system. So I could go to agrarianism now. Industrialists would not be pleased with that. Pollinator surge, wonderful. Could go to elected bureaucrats, but that's going to weaken the intelligentsia and strengthen the petite bourgeoisie, and I don't necessarily want that. Migration controls, I could go to closed borders, but no one likes that. I could go to right of assembly. Petite bourgeoisie would not be pleased, but a lot of... Or no, they would be. Yeah, we'll do right of assembly. That's fine. That's very reasonable. For us. Thinking about increasing law enforcement. I'm not going to yet. How well incorporated are these states? Are these finished incorporating? Yes, they are. Wonderful. France, are you sure you don't want to form an alliance? Defensive pact, some kind of friendshipliness. Because I really want to steal these territories from Portugal. I want to get those islands. Spain should take the islands. Really, this is Iberia right here. So, you know, it just feels reasonable that I should be able to form Iberia. Ooh, I need another leader of my interior defense force. This armed forces guy should be just fine. I look forward to the day when the landowners relax about the whole slavery thing. They've started to they're still mad about something from back here, but they just forgot. Oh no, that's right of assembly. That's right of assembly. They hate right of assembly too. Gosh, those guys. They're always trying to do stuff. So I need 5 states owned fully by me. I've currently got none. Hey, success. Because Johore has a British has British Indian Malaya, and then a British treaty port over here. Plus, a part of Malaya is owned by Siam. And I can't go after Siam because they're being protected by the USA. However, if I go directly after the Netherlands, on the other hand, I am getting war reparations from them. That should be giving me a block of cash. It's not that much. Wow, Netherlands' economy is really small. Are you a miner now? They are. Hey, there's central banking. Wonderful. That's actually really good for me. This is taking forever. Oh. Construction efficiency is borked. I'm like, this feels like it's taking a really long time. We need a road maintenance decree. And we need an emergency relief decree in Catalonia. What's going on in Catalonia that we need an emergency relief decree? Is it wildfires or something? No, never mind. I don't need that. A drought. There's a drought. And we're in voting. All right, I might ace right of assembly. Not that acing a law is some sort of huge accomplishment in Victoria 3, but you know. Let's go ahead and reset production methods. That's what I need to do. Hey, I got the intelligentsia powerful. Oh, nope. I got the intelligentsia no longer powerful. Oh, I'm so smart and good at politics. You see, low market access in Aragon. Here. Just make sure the railways are subsidized. There are no railways in Aragon. Alright, beautiful. Aw, I'm so smart. So smart and good at stuff. So, let's just do a quick pass through here. Navarra needs a railway. Their access too low. Toledo needs one. Galicia needs one. Cuba's already getting one built. Western Andalusia needs one. Melilla, I don't know where that is. Ah, it's down here. Yeah, we'll build a railway there. Badajoz. The Canaries, yeah, we'll build one there. Beautiful, that's an ace. Spanish South Cameroon, yeah, we'll build a railway there. Assaf needs a railway, and we need railways in a bunch of our colonial states. So we'll go ahead and build those. That's going to take forever and cost us a huge pile of cash, but it is what it is. Alright, baking powder. Beautiful. Baking powder. Before I forget, let's go ahead and enable baking powder. That's going to output a ton more groceries, which I'll be more than able to sell on the international market because everybody likes groceries. And to sustain the increase in trade, I'm going to go over to standardized filing system. So, the French and the British are going to fight over Ashanti. Nobody wants me involved, but this does pose an opportunity because if the French and British are really into it, that gives me a chance to sneak in and steal these freaking islands from Portugal, which would be an extreme, such a rude thing to do, but would also be just kind of reasonable politics in ye olde grand game of Victoria 3. Obviously, France doesn't want me anywhere near here. Well, France might want me near here, but Ashanti doesn't. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, now France is improving relations. Okay, alright. I see how it is. Hey, nerds. You want a defensive pact or something? No? Okay. So I think once this war properly kicks off and the French and British are stuck in, then we'll take a run at those islands. And hopefully, with Britain stuck in a major war with France, their major rival, which they are, they're their major rival, I'll be able to kind of do as I like and not be in a situation over my aggression in the Atlantic. It's only the Atlantic. I'm just stealing some islands. It's only islands. Don't they know Spain needs islands to function? I just want to form Iberia. Let me get Iberia. Ottoman Empire is having an Albanian uprising, but that doesn't exactly concern me. Alright, so 3.9 infamy to conquer Madeira. 3.8 to conquer the Azores. And 3.8 to conquer Cape Verde. Let's do it. This might be a huge mistake. But Britain's not going to get involved. USA will get involved. Interesting. I had not reckoned the United States. This will require a naval expansion. So, let me see. So that's 16 levels of light ships, and then we'll do a nice solid 10 levels of heavy ships. We'll go ahead and throw these in at the top of the queue. But I gotta do it. Now's my time. I might be making a huge mistake, but I think I can make this happen. I'm gonna do it. I don't think all of these guys are gonna actually stop me. All right, so we'll go ahead and add. I want Cape Verde, and I want the Azores. And do I add these to the primary? It's a lot of infamy, but it's not going to put me over a threshold. So I think I'll do it. I'm going to do a full mobilization. And I'm going to actually raise conscripts to the coastal defense and interior defense forces. Not the Royal Guard yet. And we'll see what happens. I'm letting everyone know I mean business with this one. Again, fighting the USA might put me in a bad position, but I think I can make these naval invasions. The key is, I think America's going to defend its own shores. And if I can just sweep in and steal this territory, that'll be real straightforward. And I think I'll be able to do that. Alright, Benin sides, that doesn't matter to me one bit. USA sides, alright. Is there anyone I can bring in who would want to fight the USA? Doesn't look like it. Which is a shame. I wish I could get Austria in here. But Britain's not going to get in, and that's what matters. Do I want to raise the conscripts of the Guardia Royale? I think yes, actually. So basically, as soon as these naval bases finish getting built, we close out the construction queue and leave the rest of that to the private sector. Because I'm not going to be able to stand the expenses. But for now, I can. Let's put the Navy over here. Yeah, and we'll send the expeditionary force. We'll leave everyone else in Spain. And that'll allow us to do all that which we desire to do from the safety of a defended homeland. Because that's the goal. And once that's done, we'll be able to form ourselves a nice, strong Iberia. Portugal backs down. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't even need to. Excellent. Beautifully excellent. And I added those to my primary, which means I can form I need all of them. Well then, I guess it's time to tackle the beast. But I think I'm going to wait until next episode to do that. I didn't realize I needed to do... It says 18 out of 17. Maybe I... Let me let a week tick over. Let me let a week tick over. I should be able to hit this button. It says the right number is... It says I'm there. It says I'm there. It says 18 out of 17. Oh, I need to have pan-nationalism researched.
I'm a stoop. I'm a huge stoop.
Alright. So... regroup. But actually, that's fine. That puts us in a really rock-solid spot. I'll queue in pan-nationalism. We'll do it as soon as we got steel frame construction, and everything will be chill. Alright, beautiful. I did it. The pen is mightier than the sword, and now I can just chill. Now I can just chill. I've gotten all that which I desire to have got. Anyway, that is all the time we got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.